Test, 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 test. And here we are again, live from Cardiff Firestorm Games.
You spelled my name right.
Oh, who changed that?
Who changed that? You
Making
obviously
me
missed Jack. I see how it is. You missed Jack Canavan on the stream.
Making me look bad.
Yeah,
now.
I see how it is. Hey, there we go.
Well, back to the intro. I'm Fish, that's Jacko, and we're bringing you another 4 rounds of Final Fantasy here at Fight Night.
Yeah, week 2 of the Opus 25. So yeah, thanks to everyone that tuned in last week. Had some pretty sweet games. Definitely a little rusty, so apologies, Fish and I definitely let a few things slip the net. So we'll try and be a bit hotter on things this week.
Especially Jacko.
Especially me. I was very much off the boil. But I've got the spectacles. We'll be keeping a close eye on things.
His binoculars.
But if you're in the chat and you spot something, help us out.
Yeah.
Let us know what we've missed. Because you guys are always super hot on those things, and we appreciate hearing from you. So if you're tuning in, you tell us where from. I can already see my boy Jonathan is in the chat, absolute stalwart. He's here week in, week out. Respect to you, man. Thanks for tuning in. Great
always
to have you with us.
Yeah, always love you having you with us. Not the other way around, because that'd be weird. Although I love having me with you guys too. We are going to go straight over to the gameplay table though, because we are ready for round 1. Bit of a later start.
I think so. I think players are just getting set up and everyone's shuffling. I'm just going to wander over and let the players know about spacing, because we had a few cards cropping up off screen last week. So
sure. In the meantime, guys, I will give you the breakdown. As you can see via the scoreboard, we have got Alex on the left running Mono Earth, and I'm not sure whether to put the quotes around the Mono part, against Sam, who was one of the sort of runners-up in Cactamania with his Mono Water sort of mirror match that he had with with another Sam, I think it was at the time, and he played it absolutely spectacularly, came down to the wire. So if you haven't seen that, go check it out. And he will be on Ice Fire Soldiers. So absolutely interesting.
Soldiers be soldiering this week. And nice to see Alex here on Mono Earth. So yeah, did a bit of a scout around of the room. Sorry. And lots of Ice Lightning, lots of soldiers, a few warriors, and Alex on Mono Earth. Interesting to see how this Mono Earth list has been updated with the new set.
Yeah, if it's the one that Connor was playing, I had a friendly with last week, and it was a really cool deck, kind of using the new Barrett and things like that, which was cool.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I see our brothers, brethren up in Scotland, the YYT. I know Steve did a great little Mono Earth ramp video about using that new Barrett, so yeah, check out their deck tech talk on that, because it's a really cool deck, and so maybe that's what's given Alex the inspiration.
Yeah,
should we just give the players a thumbs up?
Sure, give it a go. And Calgary, just so you know, CJ does exist, but he's not here this week. He was here last week. I didn't quite make it onto the stream though, I don't think, in the end. But we are
it was great seeing CJ back last week. I felt like I hadn't seen him in a lifetime. So yeah, he was back. And of course he was playing Ice last week.
Well, of course he was, because that's all he plays, because he loves that to absolutely no end.
Yeah, well, he was playing Ice Lightning. He was playing Fallon's Ice Lightning list. And he literally grabbed me and was like, tell me, what does Mono Ice look like right now? I need to know.
I'm surprised you didn't try him out on that Unai deck. Cause,
it's not really his vibe, the Unai deck. He's I think he's much more in line with his Mono Ice Sephiroth soldiers.
I was going to say, what are you on about? Don't Ice want you not to have an opponent who plays the game?
Yeah, true. Rough start for Alex here. So yeah, mulliganed and then went into Leatherworker as first backup, and Sam Beasley just punishing him for it, going 3 Roche and then ditching 3 to play Joseph into Minwu, freezing that backup.
And hitting the Billy Bob there, which is usually a target for the Barrett.
Tasty though. Alex has hit the Barrett, so
the question is if we got the 6 to pay for it. It looks like we got a couple of backups in hand.
Oh yeah, we've definitely got the CP to pay for it. The temptation, I'd be inclined to play it. You're going to get a backup, either, I don't know what the backup package is running, but getting a Jesse down or that can search a forward, or even getting the wedge one that searches
bigs.
There's one that searches backups. There's one that searches forwards. So
I do quite like the wedge backup into bigs backup.
Yeah, the Opus one, starter deck one. Yeah, I think that's quite nice. And it's really nice, sort of at this stage. I think it'll get you to those 2 backups, and you can play the bigs on curve following turn. So
yeah.
So I think otherwise we got a minor. I think minor. Maybe some dark cards. Maybe another Ingus. Maybe another. A couple of Ingus.
You would have very much have liked to have played that minor right now, right? Because obviously you could have done it on curve.
Kolka.
But
Okay.
Kolka, yeah, we could at least kill the Roche here, but do we want to discard?
So, yeah, Alex not happy to go for the Barrett just yet.
Yeah.
Always getting rid of it.
Oof.
Okay. I wonder what we've got in hand.
I think there was at least, well, I knew there was that minor in there, but I don't know if there's any other backups.
It looks like maybe a Jesse, I think, actually.
Yeah, you might be right there.
Jesse, and is he running an off-color Amaterasu in there? I could be seeing things.
Well, I mean, it is mono Earth, so it's probably playing it, right?
So yeah, playing that Kolka, this is the 2CP one that you discard a card, and then if it's a forward, you deal damage equal to that forward's power. Getting rid of the Barrett and shooting that Roche. But, you know, Sam is not too sad about that. He paid the whole of 0 CP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jonathan. Yeah. Discard the minor, discard the Barrett. Like, what on earth is he kept?
If it is a Jesse, I suppose it does get him back to another Barrett, I suppose.
Yeah,
but
you could go Jesse minor next turn and get yourself to 4 backups and then set yourself up for a Barrett on the following turn.
Well, that's unless Sam has anything to do about it. He is playing soldiers, so we could see some discard.
Bit of glare, so we're just going to have to rely on Sam having discarded the correct CP. Obviously, tap the Joseph, so we know the Angeal can be played.
And we just ping 2 CP. Are we going for another Roche, perhaps?
Yeah, just trying to pull on that early pressure. Alex is probably not too upset about that.
No, I mean, it could have been much worse, but again, Sam didn't really have the CP for it, so...
hits a Claras.
Never punished.
Yeah, searching your target. Although we've seen the Kolka go, so Leo
Epitaph,
Epitaph, nice. So yeah, maybe that's why he discarded the minor. He knew he was going to hit the Claris, and
he just knew.
He just knew. He manifested that the Claris on top of his deck. I love the sleeves that he's got as well. Very cool. Alrighty, and then we get past the turn. So
ooh, there's that new wall there. Did you see that?
Ooh,
I'd be interested to see that come into play, but at the moment, not really all that good. The S effect on it is actually quite nice.
Yeah, just ask about the Minru. So the Minru does have an action ability where you can pay 1, tap it, and dull freeze a character. Bit expensive, especially with it being Sam's currently only ICP. So yeah, not too worried about that being cracked just yet. Here comes the Epitaph, probably grabbing a Leo. And there's the Leo. So let's see what he follows up with. So I think he's got another. Oh no, he discarded the Leo. I was going to say he has another Leo in hand, but he has already discarded it. Also, guys, if you're tuning in, let us know what the sound quality is like. Fish and I were left to our own devices setting up this week, and it was absolute chaos.
Yeah, you might have heard our little mic tests right at the beginning.
Yeah, we were told, oh yeah, the one with the tape is so and so's headset last week, and we're like both like, oh yeah, and both completely forgot who.
Yeah, not a clue. No one told me that. At least I wasn't listening.
So it looks like we've got Leo, Jesse, Wall. I still think it's an Amaterasu.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, this Wall's not doing anything right now. Surely we should go in Jesse, discarding the Wall, get Barrett, play Barrett on curve next turn, and yeah, off to the races.
It would be pretty sweet because you could pay it for just 2 CP effectively.
Oof, there goes the Wall.
No, we're going with it. We overpaid for that. Oh, so I suppose that we could.
Okay, so now we're threatening the Amaterasu in hand. Okay. So no. This is just Alex just sort of recognizing maybe the match that he's up against. He's just really anxious that at the drop of a hat, you don't want to, if you went into the Jesse, there's a risk that Sephiroth just comes down and just absolutely ruins your day, makes you discard a bunch of cards. So I wonder if that was what the concern was.
The thing is, though, are we all that worried about that when obviously Sam only had 1 card in hand, only drawing 2? I mean, it's not going to be a huge issue. I don't think, but Oh, John definitely displeased with that one. I'm
John
out.
Yeah. This is
Like a member of the Dragon's Den. He's out.
Yeah. I don't like your pitch. I don't like your product. And for that reason, I'm out. So, the Dragons didn't really like your product. How do you think it went? Oh. You can't see, but I'm doing the face the guy pulls with it.
Oh, it's a spectacular face, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. So, yeah, I got an expert in the chat as well. John was the one who really developed this Mono Earth list running sort of Leo Warrior of Lights a couple sets ago, and man, is it a good looking list.
Yeah. Alex taking that wall as a 3rd point of damage there, so not another EX burst.
Okay.
And there's a shame because, again, that thing could be busted.
So Sam leaving his backups up. We've got the Amaterasu in hand. What are our options here? I mean, I feel like you're not under too crazy, considering you're soldiers, you're not under crazy amounts of pressure, but that can change rapidly.
Yeah, I think it's hugely down to the fact that Sam had to go Joseph at 6 CP.
And here we go. Here's the Jesse. Now we're going to see the Barrett, or are we going to go grab something different? Going for Cloud. Okay. I mean, that Jesse is absolute chef's kiss for that. Is that Roche on the field? That
Yes,
Roche
it
is
is,
on the
yeah.
field. That's a Roche. It's not even that, Duffman. That is the second Roche of the day.
Also, as if to add salt into that wound, he played it off the angial as well.
Yeah. He played one for free at the very beginning, and then he played one off the angial.
Oh, and there is Mr. McAvoy himself. Thank you for joining us, Paul.
The godfather of Cardiff. Thanks for having us in. Did you reply to my message? I'm going to check. Doesn't matter. We fixed it. You'll be glad to know
We think.
fixed it. Okie dokie. So yeah, Sam going with the Renoa here, paying 4. Have we found? Okay, now we've seen Sephiroth.
There it is, the new big bad soldier himself.
Yeah. So I think this is what Alex was potentially playing around. She sort of knew this was maybe coming.
I mean, do we still have that Sephiroth in hand, though, right?
He's got another copy of Sephiroth in hand.
Sorry, Amaterasu. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yes, Alex still has Amaterasu.
So
turn up a touch. Okay. I don't know which one I am. Hopefully, let me know if that's any better.
It looks like you're going into the yellow, so it should be okay.
So are we S affecting? So it's shooting for 5k. What are we Amaterasuing?
I think the discard trigger, so we can get rid
Oh,
of
he
it.
attacked with Roche. Oh, yeah, he should have just... Yeah. Yeah, Sam should have like not even given a window, right? He should have just...
Are we really discarding the Cloud as well? Because in theory, we could have still...
Yeah.
Like, we didn't have to discard the Fire CB.
Gyro!
Never punish! Although Alex is on 4 now, he is way behind on damage.
Yeah, but I mean, this is Earth. Earth does this, you know.
Yeah.
It just like grinds these games out. It just it's a late game. Yeah, I agree. It should have. Oh yeah, sorry guys, I'll be back in a second.
Oh, Jacko being pulled away for a rules question.
Can I discard one card?
In the meantime, we have gone after the Barrett off of the Tyro for Alex. In theory, now we could play that on curve, hit the Billy Bob, get back the Leo, and we should be all right. And we've just drawn another Cloud, so it's easy discard CP there. But, I mean, completely agree with you there, Calgary. Never punish. Now, I could pop the sign up, but I'm not gonna yet. Not yet. But here we go. New Barrett. Search for 4 or less. Play it onto the field. I'm suspecting Billy Bob here. But we are looking at Wedge, though. No, changing of the mind. can see that Shadow Lord there as well. Yeah, we do go with the Billy Bob. Yeah, Shadow Lord creeping its way back into a lot of decks here. Obviously, lots of things like archetypes like soldiers and Vikings and even monks. So definitely wary of that one. So Billy Bob enters. We do get a return. Did we already pick something and I missed it? Well, we're armying the Billy Bob, so no return. Billy Bob hits the deck. That'll do. Passing the turn.
Right, fill me in, fish. What have I missed?
So Barrett goes after Billy Bob. Billy Bob gets ammied. And that's pretty much all he missed, to be honest.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. What did we... I guess it doesn't matter what we targeted because it got amateur Arsued.
Yeah. Duff saying no fear of the army, basically. There's a bold move. Loved it, though. The thing is, Sam does as much as he's ahead on damage here, seems to be on top deck city right now, and it's not looking good. He's still only got 2 cards and 3 backups. Alex is soon going to start, well, if he hasn't already, start getting ahead on value here, and we're just having to throw more and more CP away in order to stay in this game. It feels like.
I mean, yeah, I feel like Alex is really wants to get to that 5 backups. I don't know if he's running it, but I feel like Genova Synthesis is...
yeah, absolutely. That'd be certainly one way to deal with any sort of board that Alex... that Sam puts out there. Well, we're going Emmett Selk. And we're going to Ammy that too. Oh, Sam with all the Ammys in the world, it feels like. So, I mean, do we really need to worry? Barrett's got Brave. We can pop a little attack in. I don't think Roche is gonna block that.
Sorry, apologies about that, guys. I'm back with you now. Just had to run off and do a little ruling chat on the table. Which, so Emmett Selch.
Yeah, going after the
Ingus.
Ingus this time. And we hit an Angeal. I think Sam would probably be quite happy to see that go.
So, yeah, that is going to come in and be dealing 8k. So, yeah, threatening to kill whatever Sam Beasley may play, unless he deals with this Emmett Selch. But with only 3 cards in hand and 3 backups, it's it's going to be tricky for sure.
I kind of got to agree with Kagri. Like how you know you're on top decks. Earth can just sit there and pretty much do whatever it wants now.
It's just like the longer this game's on, if you think about it in like sporting context, you know, you have like the odds of player winning or losing. The longer the game goes on, the more that win percentage just tips further and further into Mono Earth's favour. Absolutely.
It's not been like Sam has had any major discards whatsoever. The first time we even attempted it, the Sephiroth gets ammied. I just don't see what soldiers could offer that
it just doesn't have the mass removal, right? Like, you can attack the hand, you can do dull freezes, but with such limited resources in hand right now, it's very tricky.
Yeah, and Alex was quite happy to take those 4 points of damage just to build his backups up. It may only be a 1 backup advantage, but obviously he's much better position.
Well.
Yeah,
far superior board state in favour of Alex as well. And yeah, this Ingus as well is going to come in, is going to be killing and fetching whatever piece he wants from the deck. So, okay, wow, we're going in. Kuja.
I think that Kuja's going to die real quick.
So
There ain't no way that lives for long, I don't think.
Kuja and pass. So
Ingus comes in, will kill the Kuja, search for something else.
yeah. Okay, we hit a Mist Dragon and Terror. Okay, nice. So I feel like Inga's going to come down, grab our. Have we seen all our copies of Leo?
I think we've seen 2. I think we're probably playing 3, right?
So we're going to dull and freeze the Barret. So freeze in response to the Kuja being targeted, and then the dull action ability. So Ingus is going to be searching now. I know we definitely saw 2 copies of Leo at the start of the game.
Yeah, I would have thought.
Grab a Mont Leonis here.
Oh yeah. It's going to cost what, 3?
So
No, 4. It'll cost 4.
Well, good job we have 2 backups on tab just for that occasion.
Oh, it absolutely does. Well,
just
Roche
like that,
is not long for this world.
Getting rid of that tower. And then grabbing target. Do we grab a Billy Bob? And then grab something else?
Now this is just getting out of hand.
Yeah. Disgusting. So yeah, Billy Bob coming in and getting back the Leo. Real tough to see how Sam makes his way back in from this one. Finally sees the rug, but I feel like it's probably a little too late.
Yeah, definitely agree with Kagri again. There's throwing away 5 CP on a Kuja that you pretty much knew was going to die seemed pretty terrible.
So, before I forget, because he's in the chat, I think we should say a big congratulations to James Duff, because I hear word on the street that he got married on the weekend.
Oh, is that true, Duff man?
So, yeah, big congrats to you, my friend. Absolutely stoked. I hope you had an amazing day.
And I'm disappointed you didn't have us there to commentate.
That's just what you want at a wedding. Fish-and-eyed commentator.
And here he is, the Duff man, walking down the aisle. But no.
Never punished.
Will be once he gets married, though. But yeah, no, congratulations, mate, if that's the case. Back to the game at hand, though. And we play the Cloud. Nothing much else to do, though.
Yeah. So, yeah, having a quick look at LB.
That wedge is an interesting one, though.
So, yeah. Warrior of Light.
But boom. Big full art.
Big
draws. Is that a free play backup he just drew as well, there?
It is, but I feel like you play Une now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Play Une, bounce the Cloud, bounce the Minwu. Like, you don't really bother by it coming in and freezing one thing.
I know it seems like we all know what this card does right now, but there it is in its big 4-color boldness.
And then, yeah, here comes the Une, so this is really going to solidify the board state.
Just for context for you folks at home, by the way, that mat they're playing on is 3x3, and Alex is running out of room. And
then the free play back comes down, so here we go. Warrior of Light is going to come in first.
Genesis on a hit.
Emmett Selch.
Zach
and so Mont Leonis. I think the Ingus is the final thing that could attack this turn. But yeah, looks like we're just choosing to leave it up.
I mean, say
you don't really need to put him to damage 5. I don't think there's any damage 5 things you're really worried about in Ice Fire, but a lot of the cards that are damage 5, that's always. I always find that damage 5 is like that's where games can turn. Yeah, that's the tipping point.
Well, so I mean, we saw it at Winter Cup, right? Hitting the hill on damage 5 did our friend Rob, which was excellent to see. But so, I mean, what do you do if you're steering this down and have no board wipes?
You've got 2 backups. Yeah.
I think a legit
I
move.
Like Rogue's coming, but even then, it's just like.
Yeah, I think a legit move is to add sadness to the stack.
Yeah. Oh yeah, LB Tidus would have really been like.
Just push it in there for twist the knife. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, fair play to Sam. He is not going down without a fight. Oh, he's going to play the Minu. So you're going to play the rogue. He's going to freeze the Barrett. He's
Well, I mean, that's a
certainly
wall
trying.
out and a Barrett down.
Rogue coming down. Got to think about them tiebreakers. Here's the rogue.
Sam trying
Rogue
everything he
attacks,
can.
gives everything to Genesis. You can probably afford to take the damage. I mean, how big is this Leo? Leo's too big. The Leo is too big. Boo, 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 boo. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be 12k, right?
Yeah. It's big boy. Yeah.
Are we going to give everything to the rogue, perhaps, to try and have it survive?
Yeah.
Or are we going to be
I
greedy?
think it's, did we block with the Leo? I feel like we can, right? Even if he has, like, he's got no cards in hand, you know he's got no answer. So like,
Yeah, you could take it easy. Oh no, I hit a Toto.
Oh, he must have. I'm assuming Sam actually just gave everything to the rogue, just to make it big enough so that he.
Yeah, it feels like it. You couldn't be super greedy and add the Genesis in.
Now
as
you
well.
teed us. And you just really just
Nothing.
twist the knife.
Nothing is over until now.
Hit him with the Titus chair.
I mean, he's gonna hit him with something.
And here it comes. 5 CP. There
Goodbye.
it is.
Goodbye, my rugger.
Yeah, what an absolute clinical display from Alex here. It was really.
TCG
I
enjoyer.
thought he was going to draw a double Miss Dragon, so he got a triple Miss Dragon in hand.
TCG enjoyer making the point of people trying to make soldiers happen on stream, and all I can think is back to the Mean Girls meme, where it's, stop trying to make that happen.
They will try.
Oh, they will, but
Too many
this is
FF7.
over. A valiant
lovers.
effort by Sam
Yeah.
Beasley, but Alex showing how to have the patience and the wherewithal to make that Mono Earth deck count where it needs it.
Definitely. Very well played. So yeah, excellent opening game for the stream. So lots of chat about sort of soldiers and where it's at. I imagine it might not even be the last time we see that deck on stream, but I do think I'm not sold on it.
No.
I don't think it's top tier worthy, but maybe just take someone kicking me around the curb with it to change my mind. But yeah,
Well,
I do think the Sephiroth has a much better place in sort of a mono-ice aggro list with Rogue. But anyway, we're rambling. Let's get the ramblings of Alex, I think.
yeah, well, if we got time, I think we probably should. But if we don't, we will be back with you round 2, or with Alex's lovely bearded face. So we'll catch you shortly.
Ciao.
And there he is, winner of round 1 well played there. Loving that mono earth list. So, I mean, taking 4 points of damage early, any sort of worries, or were you just like, I could buy my time?
It's fine when you only have like the Russian play. Had he gone a little bit wider, then I think I probably would have been a bit more panic stations and try and find some way of clearing the board, because I held the Shadow Lord in my hand for a while thinking that was going to happen, whether it be the Angeal getting Genesis that means that you can play another Sephiroth cheaper or something like that. But I was kind of comfortable just taking the chip damage, because he was telegraphing the Amaterasu pretty heavily.
Sure.
So I wasn't trying to play into that until I was able to commit enough stuff to the board to be able to block any potential haste threats like the third Roche or a Dull Freeze on my board and then just kill me out of nowhere.
Yeah, so I mean, because as you mentioned the Angeal there, I mean, were you shocked when he chose to actually just play the Roche off of that?
Yeah, I think I was expecting the Genesis personally, which would have locked down my 2 backups. The danger with that though is that if I do have an answer for the Genesis, like if I have the Kolka to kill it, you don't have any more stuff in hand. And I think he was pretty wary about holding on to the Amaterasu for a while. So yeah, I think the way that matchup feels is once the Earth deck is kind of able to plonk down a couple of big forwards and you feel pretty comfortable then. The late game is basically unbeatable.
Sure.
So.
Well, I mean, obviously we've seen a flurry of new cards, and then including the new 6-drop Barret.
Yeah.
How's that been treating you?
That's been really good. Yeah, so the current list I'm playing isn't all in on the Cat 7 stuff. I've seen some people play with much more of a Cat 7 backup line. I'll probably try that next week or something.
Sure.
But the fact that you're able to now find a forward that searches 2 backups off your Emmet Selk is kind of been really, really good. It means you don't have to play the bad 6-drop backup that doesn't accrue you as much advantage. This one, pressures your opponent, it blocks, it searches up, break zone recursion with the Billy Bob, it can get the wedge, which gets the Jesse backup, so and also it's a 6-drop, which means that it will then trigger the MSL. So it's been really, really good. I'm not all in on the Cat 7 stuff. I've got like the Genova, I'm trying the new Cloud, which hasn't come up yet, but I think, given the right matchups, that's really strong. Billy Bob's excellent as well. So yeah, I've been really impressed with it.
Sure. So I know you said obviously the Cloud didn't come up in the game. We did see you search for it at one point, but you discarded it in order to play the Amat.
Yeah.
Now, what else was in your hand? Because obviously you still could have kept hold of that.
So the Leah was going to die, and it was the case of I don't want to then be stuck with a fire card that I can't cast in my hand. Because if the Leah was living, then I would have kept it and can play it next turn. But because I knew the Leah was dying and I didn't have the direct route to playing the next one, I'd rather pay with the fire card and still be able to play the cards in my hand that I keep, rather than bin off the Earth card and be stuck with a Cloud that I potentially couldn't cast for a while.
Wicked. Well, thank you for that. Best of luck with the rest of the rounds. We've just had time calls, so guys, we'll do a short BR back and we'll be back with you on round 2. Alrighty, guys, we are back with round 2. And we have another contender to try and make soldiers work. We have Jack on the right this time, playing basically all of the colours of soldiers, against Ben on archfiends. So this should be interesting. Can Ben keep up with what Jack has been playing as basically turbo soldiers? So,
Yeah, so, yeah, I don't know if you've already said, but let us know if the audio is any better.
well, I'm not sure if they can hear it, but we can hear each other now.
Yeah,
So.
which is all I want in my life, is so I can hear fish in my head and in my dreams. Anyway, so we have, Ben on running archfiends and Jack on soldiers. So we thought soldiers didn't get enough light of day. No, we would love to give you variety, but there's a lot of soldier players out in force tonight.
Well, it looks like Jack is going to be going into Genesis turn 1 here. He could go into the cloud as well.
So, yeah.
Could be Dolphreeze and a discard potentially. It would mean his entire hand.
He's thinking about it.
I think he's
I
gonna.
think he's probably going to go. Yeah, he's going to go Genesis, reduce cost, play Cloud for 2. Or is he just going to go? I think he's just going to go into the Cloud, maybe.
Nah, is he perhaps trying to get to Glen?
See, I've been tempted to. I would have. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go for the Cloud. Are we going to grab maybe a Kate Sith?
I mean,
Some sort of backup, or he's going all in?
nah,
No,
he's going all in.
He's going Glen. Is he trying to work out if he can do? Surely. Oh, he is. Yeah.
Oh, he's
going to go.
absolutely going for it. Again, though, I would have probably have preferred to play this off of the. Well, after the Genesis, but
Well, especially we've discarded 2 Genesis to do this,
yeah.
which I'm not thrilled about.
Because in theory here we could have had Ben discard a card, freeze out the Tyro. Ben has already paid 6 CP for the Tyro as well, so would have felt.
All in.
I mean, I've seen less all-in calls during poker, but
And then we will get a draw to start to build the hand again, and then we're
then
gonna
reactivate. Yeah.
So it's a 2k reduction. So the thing is, it's not on the mat, isn't it? So if we do a goal bears, if you do a goal bears, it will survive. Yeah, what is this? I agree. This is absolute monstrosity.
Well, we did say we had a contender to try and make soldiers work, as Jack found the way.
Jack is making soldiers work by sheer brute force.
Just taking a crowbar to it, like just force it in there.
Have we got the Earth CP to LB Toto? That is the question. Is it even in the deck?
Would we want to?
Well, we've paid 5.
Oh no, we're going in on
Yeah.
the goal bears.
This is the issue with LB Toto, is that if you do it, it locks you out of your whole game.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah.
And it's the full art delightful.
Oh, and there's a Cagnazo. We are gonna get rid of the water soldier.
And the question is, do you really want to even be killing this Cagnazo? He's just going to play another one.
Exactly.
Looks like we are. So we are, and then the mat is going to go. And then we get a pass. What have we drawn? Oh, is that a Genesis? And we have the CP.
No way.
Gross.
No, it's Sephiroth, not Genesis. You have my
I
hopes
meant Sephiroth
you have
as
my
well.
hopes up,
I
man.
meant Sephiroth as well. Thing is, Gobbers is too big.
Yeah, and the thing is even if you target it with anything, it could just whack out the Skarmic Leon.
Did you just start with the? Yeah, he's going to poke.
I mean, it's gonna be a discard.
He's thinking about Skarman.
No, you Cagnazo, right? Oh wait, no, you can't.
He can't afford
no.
to. So he's going to Skarm.
No, he's not.
Oh no, he's just going to discard. Oh, I forgot to tell the players about that.
Yep. So, first point of damage going to Jack here. He still very much needs to get some cards back, because he is on nothing but top decks at the moment. Yep. Jack will be in the map, please. Just making sure you all can see the damage at home. Now Ben does need to be awfully careful because, in theory, anything that we attack with could cause another discard.
So for those of you that can't see because the glad, that is an ICO 3-2 backup. I don't know if you picked up on that. The search is a summoner forward. So yeah, grab on the video.
Duff, what you walked into was Jack going turn 1.
Jack choosing violence.
Yeah, he woke up, chose violence, played Cloud turn 1, to search Glen, to play also in turn 1, to play the water and the wind soldiers whose names escape me right now.
Where's this card come from?
So we got the card from the
we
ICO.
discarded on the stack of the discard.
Yeah. Does mean now that Golbez cannot be chosen by
That's
abilities.
fine. I think here we just tap through, draw, and pass. And then we probably just I guess Ben just Cagnazos on just draws and passes, and then on the next turn when it comes back round to Jack, he just Cagnazos the Sephiroth.
It's not a terrible idea. It will put Jack at a massive disadvantage if he loses that discard engine.
Yeah.
But with Golbez out, does that really matter? Anytime we force a discard, Ben just goes, alright, I'll play something from deck.
Yeah, exactly. So, although, I mean, Skarm is the only thing he can play sort of efficiently. Yeah, we're just going to get past the turn here, so...
I mean, now we have the option of Cagnazo. We could also play Rubicante, which then means Golbez can attack and start pinging off these soldiers. That is an option.
What do we play here? What are we thinking about? Are we just going to go for some pressure and play a Kuja? Or a Surges, maybe?
Zac perhaps kill... you don't really want to kill the scam though.
Maybe Surges?
Seems like it. Dole down that
Or
Golbez.
even Victoria on the Golbez. So you can sort of freely attack in, which is what he's thinking, which is what he's doing. And then yeah. So we're gonna go to a attack phase. Thing is, this Sephiroth just dies to Cagnazo, right? So the whole premise of this Victoria is we got the first strike from the Sephiroth, but yeah, that's gonna be pretty irrelevant. Because this Sephiroth is not much longer left for this board.
Yep. Definitely the right thing to do here. Goodbye, Sephiroth. Cagnazo putting in work.
The Glen will still come in and attack here. Might as well make the most.
The problem is, I think we're going to very shortly see the same problem that Sam Beasley had in the first round.
So hits a Mist Dragon.
And that is just going to be on top decks, hoping for some answers.
Swing with the Lucia. How many Cagnazo have we seen? Is the temptation to block and trade and then just be like, okay, I'm now... So now we don't want to draw that third copy of Cagnazo. That would be bad. Ben doesn't need to do too much here. He's slowly, and we saw this in the first game with Soldiers, the longer the game goes on, the more the ticker for win percentage just ticks over to your opponent, especially with more control-y style earth-based decks. It's got double arc.
I was going to say, I'm very shocked that we didn't see anything played from Ben. It was just a pass, and now it says why.
Double arc.
Yeah.
So he could. I didn't see what the third card was, but yeah, he could still go.
I think this might be the most uneventful game we've seen so far. Violence was chosen round 1, or in turn 1, I should say, and then hitting each other with a feather duster came rounds after that.
So, yeah, here we go.
Can Ben do anything now?
So, I mean, I wonder if he's... How many cards we got? 3 in hand? Are we just gonna pay 4 for the arc? Kill the Victoria?
To be honest, I don't even going after the Glen, because...
He's not going to afford to play it. Yeah.
Exactly. Not only that, you're going to be losing 2 cards. Jack is already on top decks. We're going in with the Golbez. Hits a Genesis as well.
That's our
Ouch.
final copy.
Yeah, third Genesis gone now.
That is the final copy. Yeah, you just need to pass here, right? Yeah, you don't need to do too much. You can just save the arc for if Jack tries to do any shenanigans. So, and then is Jack thinking about going into Zach here? He's got Sephiroth as well.
See, again, this is why I think if I was Jack early on, I would have chosen to have played the Genesis into the Cloud, search the Glen, then try and build back from that.
Hits an Amaterasu in damage. Are we
Right.
thinking about going with the arc now? No, we're just going to take damage. Hits a Kryl.
Never banished on him.
Let's do. What have we got? I think we've seen Kusith already. I'll tell you what other summons. Yeah, Kusith. Man, what is this glare? Killing me. And then Jack is going to go into the Zac.
Is that too little too late though? 5 CP to potentially get nothing from it. Right, well, I mean, a leave field trigger isn't...
We're going to arc.
It's gonna play something.
Well, no, because he discards, right?
Well, yeah, but they plays it to field, 4 or less.
But but he discards the Sephiroth from the arc.
Yeah,
So he can play it.
which is fine.
Right.
But we've probably got another one in deck, right?
Oh, it says from deck.
Yep.
Sorry, I take it back. Right, look at me not knowing what cards do. Oh, fine. That'd be a great time for a 4 CP Genesis.
I mean...
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Going for the Rufus. Don't hate this.
Oh, it's going to freeze down the Golbez. That's not a terrible plan, just in case Rubicante does make an appearance.
Yeah. I can't wait for Ben to draw 2 cards past turn. And then just do arc all over again.
Oh, Lord, it's a-coming.
You're going to want to watch it over and over. We counting the cags. How many? We've seen 2 cags.
Are we going again? Another CAG?
5 CP. Pain. Here comes the Rubicante. Rubicante is when Golbez attacks, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm shocked we're playing it now. It doesn't do that.
Yeah, it's when Golbez attacks.
Now, there's not what Rubicante
Yeah,
does.
so Ben, I think maybe a bit of a mistake there. I think he maybe thought that the Rubicante was going to just deal 8k if you control Golbez, but no, not quite. But this is fine because you pass turn, and then when Jack, depending on what he plays,
If anything at all.
things. Look, we know Ben's got the arc. He can afford to arc unless he's drawn another dark card. But
Boom! And speak of the devil.
Yeah, I was going to say I wouldn't go straight to combat. I would just play a Sergius to dull the Rubicante first, and then. But
So, Jack does have...
so we are going to dull and draw,
It's going to have to discard it.
and then the Rufus dies.
Shame the other Zac wasn't about, because we could have used that as effect potentially, but...
Oh,
6 drop left, killing off the Victoria. I suppose that's...
Kept back
Oh
time.
god, that is a Cagnazo. I suppose...
Not another one.
I suppose that one now deserves a never punished.
That was as never punished as they come.
Yeah.
What were we saying about damage 5 being big turning points?
You did say it earlier, mate. Absolutely right.
Yeah. So, yeah.
The thing is, I don't think
So
it matters.
Golbez attacks, shoots Glenn for 8k. We've got no cards in hand and nothing on board. It's really tough to see how we get back into this one. Kante comes in.
There's no EX burst that'll save you now, buddy.
No, yeah, that can attack.
Yeah, it's when
Yeah.
Golbez attacks. Yeah. We got it.
Hits
Hits a
cloud.
cloud. Probably a good thing to see
Hits
go, to
Rufus.
be honest.
Just pass to turn.
Is there another Cagnazo in deck? Because we know we got one in hand, But the moment Jack plays anything, if imagine playing just.
Yeah, obviously you can't play the one from hand, but I think we've definitely seen 2 so far this game. So I don't know what Ben's got in his hand. But Rosa.
Oh, imagine Ben was on damage 6. Oh no.
But I mean, you could Cagnaz it, right? If he hasn't seen.
If he Cagnaz was this, I would be so happy.
Jokes that he topped out the Roche with nothing on board.
Come on, hit the Cags. Have Jack finish this game with nothing on board.
Yeah, you can't blame a man for
No,
trying.
he's taking it. He's taking it. It's a
Scum.
scum.
Master.
Is there any experts that saves Jack here?
Don't know if there is in this deck.
Is the deck playing Brynhilda? No, it doesn't matter now because the scam's going first. There goes Glenn. There goes dead Roche. Another Glenn.
And then Scam comes in, and that is the game. It's all you wrote. Amaterasu was only card left in hand, yeah.
So, for all the nieces and nephews out there listening right now, do not wake up and choose violence. It don't end well.
Yep, absolutely not. Soldiers, given the chance to redeem itself, and it has not delivered. But that's fine.
Well, guys, we'll be right back. We'll get Ben over here for a quick chat, so catch you in a moment.
Bye. And just like that, we are back with our winner of the round, Ben. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, Jack certainly chose violence. Talk us through that game from your perspective.
Well, we were talking when it first started. Obviously, his opening hand was with that Glen, and it was just like, well, we're on stream. This is the fun option.
Yeah.
So he went with it and rolled, and I was like, shit.
Yeah. I did think as well, because he was like, oh, you've discarded 2 Genesis to do that. Okay, you've clearly, this is what you're going with. You've decided this is your game plan.
Yeah, woke up, chose violence.
I got suitably punished for it.
No, my hand was pretty crap at the beginning, but I had... It was a very slow start, so if he had made me discard cards, I'd have been like, oh no.
Yeah.
But thankfully he chose the fun option and was able to win off the back of it.
Made the most of it, I guess, and that sort of leads us quite nicely to talk about the goal base and the strength of the goal base in the Archfiend deck, is that goal base being LB and its effect being play from deck, the package is there. It doesn't really matter if you draw bad. In fact, if anything, the way you draw bad in that deck is if you draw your targets, right?
Yeah. Like the build as well, you run so few forwards that you really have to trim on them. So like when he attacked with I forgot what the damn card is. The one he attacked with at the end.
The Roche.
Yeah. Well, so when he attacked with that Roche, if I was on 6 damage, I was just dead because I only play one of the green one in the back in the entire deck, and that was in my break zone. So I was like, well, I'm dead now. If I could have played the Rosa, and that would have allowed me to untap something, but completely forgot about Roche. Was like, okay, this is fine.
This is fine, fair enough. But so the other really strong one then is the Cagnazo, right? So I'm assuming that's obviously at 3.
Nope.
No, just 2. Interesting.
It's because
okay.
you play Siren, so you want as few forwards as possible to protect your gold bears and to protect everything else.
Yeah.
You've got 3 Kusith to get it back from the break zone. You've got the what do you call it? Yeah, you've got 3 Kusith to bring it back from the break zone. You've got the green Barbarossa.
Barbarous, yeah.
Yeah, you've got one of her to bring it back as well. So you've got 4 ways of getting it back.
Okay. Is that similar for the Skarm and the Ruby Canton? Are they both at 2?
Ruby's at 1, Skarm's at 2.
Fair enough. And then the other cool piece that we saw there was the Arc. And did you double draw Arc at one point?
Yeah, it was very sad. Well, I had one in hand and then like 1 Arc in hand and then drew a second Arc and something else. I was like, if they were just 2 non-arcs. Like, I'm only playing 2 in the deck.
Really?
In the game before this one, there's just like free casting it off of Iridia because
Really, yeah. Well, that's the thing, because you're playing so many Cat 4 stuff like Iridia. We saw it last week with Connor's list. It can get to just like staggering amounts of counters, right? Because it's just like everything's coming in, everything's giving it to, and then you just get this whole suite of summons that's just at your beck and disposal. Gone are the days where it's like, okay, having to consciously think about like putting all the 4 backups or like Porums and Palums and things like that. You can just you're fishing them out of deck, you're getting those counters on. Looks like a super fun deck to play. What is it? Were you playing this last week? Were you hit down last week? Or
no? I was playing Oldwood last week.
Oh, fine. Boo.
So this is my 3rd game with the deck.
Oh, fine.
Which is why I was like, I'm sure just opening with the Tyro is fine.
Yeah.
Not thinking about anything else. Just
like you said, because like you want to be your target in your LB deck, right? So like as long as you've got a backup, that like it means you can sort of play it on curve.
Yeah. So the issue I had is I had to discard both my Ridias. And I was just like, oh crap, both of them in the
bin.
Both of them in the bin. But not only are both of them in the bin, I've seen all 3 Kusiths.
Okay.
Fine. And one Une is also gone, so I'm just like, okay, so I've got 1 Une to try and get back.
And that's slow because you got to go Une, and then you got to go Kusith, and you got to go Ridia, and then you've got to put the counters on it. So
it was far too late by that point. So
well, luckily didn't necessarily need it for that game because I felt like Goldbear's packaged it enough to stem the flow of soldiers, and I feel like we spoke about this a bit with game 1 that was on stream tonight, in that the soldiers deck is certainly very aggressive. At least a lot of the builds that are going around them are very aggressive, and you sort of have this ticker that like slowly ticks towards the favour of the particular Earth-based decks. The longer the game goes on, the odds of that deck winning, and Jack nearly threatening to steal a win with the Roche, but just being 1 damage shy.
It's the soldier deck I find weird. Like, it's very thematic. It seems fun to play, but it seems fragile. Like, it just seems to. Whereas, like, a lot of other aggro decks I've seen, like, I've seen Vikings that run in 3 of the Unas, and they seem very good and very efficient. It just seems not having Una in that deck is a real detriment to it.
No, definitely. And you're getting lots of compliments in the chat as well about a lot of those archfiends you already got in full art, and a lot of your deck in full art.
Well, I was ordering a bunch of cards when they first came out, and the site had them on like really cheap. So I was like,
screw it.
Let's get them all full art. Let's commit to it. It looks like a fun deck. It looks like.
And they do look great. They do look great. I did pull one of them in my box, but already traded it away. But it's cool looking cards. Right, well, mate, it's been great having you on. Thanks for giving us your thoughts. We're going to go to be right back, but stay tuned to back with round 3 shortly. Catch you in a few.
And guys, we are back with round 3 live here from Firestone Games Cardiff. You might have to run over and tell them to put them cards on the table.
Oh yeah. Oh wait.
We shall see.
Or is Lee doing it for us?
Never.
No.
Nope.
Cool. I'll run over and tell them.
Sure.
Cool.
In the meantime, though, guys, fighting from the left corner, Morgan with his traditional, slightly over than traditional Cat 6 with a bit of water in there. The Strago and the Fiend, for example. And Lee, one of our new players, she is fighting out of the right with Turks. One of her favourite decks so far, so best of luck to her. Appreciate her going on stream. We thought, we won't bring you another Soldiers game. No one wants to see it lose 3 times in a row. So this is what we got. And Lee is quite proficient with the Turks. But Morgan, we know, is strong with his Cat 6. Yes, Paul, that is right. A debut for Lee.
Debut on stream.
Yeah.
Clap him in.
Absolutely. Had a word with her first just to make sure she was comfortable enough to go on stream, because obviously
amazing.
She's had a few weeks practice now, so we don't want to dump the newbies into the deep end though.
Yeah, absolutely not. But that being said, on the topic of newbies, the community keeps growing because we have 2 new players who've turned up tonight. Never played at a previous Final Fantasy tournament before, and got 2 new guys coming down. So welcome to Ollie and Raven.
Big shout out to you guys. Thank you for dropping by, especially since some of our regulars have had other plans this evening.
Yeah, making the most of the sun while it lasts. So I did tell the players, I was like, your decks don't necessarily need to be on view, but just getting them to line up their damage flips. Although we need to make sure Morgan's deck's on stream, so we actually reveal the Cat 6 characters off Big Lock, but I'm pretty sure they're all Cat 6.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't think he can mess with that, to be honest.
He just does not miss. Right, Nuge searching Barrel Eyes. So this is a lovely new backup engine we've seen come out this set. Ice into Lightning. So Nuge searching the new Barrel Eye backup, which you can then play on curve the following turn, letting you go a forward back from the break zone. Yep.
Now, just in case we do see violent shaking on their behalves of laughter, it's just because Morgan has been on a bit of a haul today of cheese puns. So
has he?
He has.
Well, did you hear the one about the explosion at the cheese factory?
Oh God, no.
Did you not hear? All that was left was debris.
Thank you for tuning in, guys. We appreciate you joining us here at the stream. I'm going to go now.
Cool. So Cyan is going to be playing a striker. So we're going to flip the top 4. That was interesting. What an interesting card. So the 5 CP water backup that lets you take a 2 cost forward off your opponent.
Yeah, but I think he pretty much put it in there for Zidane, but then it never sees the light of play.
What did we grab? Salas, was it?
I think so.
This Cyan, really nice, giving some protection, particularly protecting Locke, which is obviously a big party piece, and Eason, and also the Edgar.
So, Steve D, no, I don't believe these guys are XO, but they are sort of towards the top of the bracket, I believe.
I mean, we've not got loads of players here tonight, so
15?
I think you picked the players for this round.
I did.
Our last round was top table.
It was just more soldiers, so I thought we'll give them a break.
Yeah, I think these players are 1-on-1. I think
that's it. Yeah. And as for Flash Cloud, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Jeez. Respect. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay, going for a lightning. All right. A lightning and pass. Interesting. Okay.
I mean, it does it have haste?
It does have haste.
Interesting. We didn't attack. I suppose we didn't want the chump block from Strago potentially giving Morgan the extra card. I guess.
If we've got Edgar here. Wait.
As well.
Yeah, double stabbing, and then this lightning just dies. Lightning just dies. So we've got plenty of fire cards. So we are actually going to ditch Sabin as well. So don't even want to keep hold of the Sabin.
How?
Man, I need to get me hold of some of those full art Edgars because man, they're good looking cards.
Well, Morgan taking first blood here.
Yeah, so absolutely punishing Lee for playing that lightning and getting no value out of it. What response have we got here? So looks like we've got Rufus in hand.
The dangers we got is obviously we know that we've got Edgar to fuel the Sabins. We really need to get rid of either or all of those. Probably the Sabin, because I think Morgan got rid of that second one there again. So we shall see.
Yeah, so just mapping it out here. So yeah, got the new Rude in hand, got old Ice Reno, got Rufus as well. So yeah, so we have got a Reno and Rude. So I think the first card is the Reno and the Rude is in there as well. So yeah, this Rufus costs 2 CP, paying for it by discarding the Reno.
It's very rare we actually see this played for 2 CP.
Yeah, I know, it's been a while since I've seen that. So just choosing targets here. Are we gonna go for a discard? No, going for a Dull Freeze on Sabin.
It can reactivate itself though on its
I think it reactivates everything
Yeah.
else.
Oh, is it? Not
apart
itself,
from
okay. That's not too bad.
Yeah, but I feel like you just shoot this Rufus for... Okay, so playing the Rude, getting back the Reno, getting back the Ice one.
Now we could get a Dull on combat, so in theory we could we wouldn't be able to give the Reno haste though, that would be the issue.
So yeah, getting a Dull as well, and then we're going to get a pass and turn, so it's just going to reactivate. So we've got another copy of Edgar in hand. Looks like we've got a big lock as well. Big lock going to bin. We're going to play the Gestalian Empire Sith.
Are we going to see the smaller lock here perhaps?
Yeah.
Because I know that's one that Morgan does like to play more often than not.
Yeah. Well, the other option would be you get a Sabin for some SFX shenanigans. Or we're going to go for a Fiend. Okay.
Oh, Flash Cloud coming in with some jokes, saying I wear a baby belt. So go around my... Anyway, carrying on with the game.
So yeah, going for the Fiend. I wonder if we just want the water CP maybe?
Either that or we are generally protecting against summons, because obviously Leah's in Lightning, so she does have Odins and things like that available to her.
You're not going to be casting Odins. So yeah, swinging with this Drago because we don't mind it dying, hitting Reno. And then, okay, party attack coming in.
No Dull Freeze though.
No Dull Freeze.
So we don't have a Setzer.
Okay, it's a song. Yeah, going for the Sabin effect. I wonder if we're now thinking about whether we get a stand up or whether we do a 8k. So we're going for the stand up. And then I imagine a pass of the turn. So just explaining, I think, probably the way the stack works. Oh, Baby Bell.
Baby Bell. See, it's because the writing on the screen for us is quite small, so we can't
I
quite
put
see
my glasses on.
You have got your glasses on.
I know, that's what I mean. It's that I even put my glasses on, I still can't read the screen. So I can't even blame that this week.
Those old man eyes.
Yeah.
I think, though, Kate Sith and Cisne for Lee, they're probably too little too late, I think.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think, what have we got for LB that could help us out here?
We got Cloud, which doesn't do much. Victoria won't kill anything except the Edgar.
Yeah, I think Sab and Edgar.
Actually, Morgan's got too many cards for the Victoria anyway, so...
Yeah, but having a look at LB anyway.
The issue we got for Lee, though, is if we also see another... Well, if we see the Setzer come down, I think that might be all she wrote.
Yeah, definitely. Or even just 3 CP lock here. You just attack with 4, break the whole board. Although I feel like it's massive overkill because you just Edgar, Sabin, snipe, and just damage 4, just swing through.
Yeah. No, Calgary, this isn't top table. Sort of up in the sort of mid to top bracket, but
yeah,
not
we're only
quite
round 3, so I think these players are 1 and 1. I think we had top table on last round, and we wanted to get a bit of diversity.
Yeah, we couldn't bring you a third game of soldiers.
Lots of soldier gamers knocking around tonight. So yeah, we try and go top table for final round if those players haven't already been on stream. But we just like variety. Variety is the spice of life, and we like to show you new decks. So yeah, going for the Cisne. Gonna get a counter on.
I mean, is this going to be a case that we're just going to have to potentially chump block? I mean, no. We're staring down lethal anyway, and we can't keep multiple things down. And that's going to be the issue.
So the Rude's going to get a dull on the Edgar.
Everything's going to stand back up.
Then we get a pass turn anyway. So hit a Demon and an Umaru. So yeah, if we didn't threaten lethal, we certainly do now.
Doesn't Interceptor give haste?
Yep.
Well, play the demon, give it haste. Let's go.
Hang on a sec. What card is under Umaru? Is it a fire card? I just need to make sure that we've actually...
Go double check it, because I think it might be. We're just going to double check it because obviously the demon should not be played otherwise. Yeah, it was like, yeah, I thought so. That's fine. So we've already killed the Rufus. Now we're going to kill the Rude on attack.
So yeah, so it was an Edgar that was discarded, so there was fire CP used.
Breakstone has been emptied.
And then yeah, this is going to be the end here. So yeah, Cat 6 mopping up the rest of the Turks. So
A valiant effort by Leah. Just couldn't keep up with the value there.
Yeah, I think Cat 6. There's a lot of aggro running around, and Cat 6 just gobbles up aggro if you can get Edgar Sabin online.
Yeah, exactly that. Well, we will take a short break there, guys. We'll get Morgan over. Seems like we started his new villain out taking on the newbies. So
yeah, exactly. Get his thoughts on it. And anyway, we love Cat 6 gamers around here, so yeah.
Yeah, we'll be back shortly.
Ciao.
And there he is, winner of round 3, Morgan. Looking a little guilty.
Feeling it.
Well, no, to be honest, we were just discussing, obviously, Turks needs that little bit of setup time.
Yeah.
Whereas, let's be honest, Cat 6 doesn't. The demon at the end with haste, though, playing with your food a bit there, I think we can agree.
I haven't got that to work in weeks, and it's my favourite combo. You get to double trigger the demon, and it's all on curve with the category, and so I couldn't help myself. I wanted to show everyone that it is something that you can do, as obvious as it seems. A lot of people forget that demon is 6 character, so he gets away with it. And
Well, I mean, so going in against Turks, was there anything that you were particularly worried about?
honestly, yeah. If I do fall behind at all, really and truly, an Alcid into a Seng, into Ice Reno, Ice Rude, can dull freeze my entire board.
Sure.
And with that, then I'm just completely locked out, and it's very hard to come back. If I were to lose Edgar Sabin or not have access to Sabin S, again, same reasons, I can get locked out, still freeze locked, or I won't be able to keep up with her damage output as I'm forced to party swing, which thankfully in that game I wasn't, because I was going full tilt aggro. But
well, that was it, because we didn't see the setter at all.
No.
But we did see a really early straggle from you. After Lee had played the lightning, had she attacked with it, because obviously it had the haste, would you have blocked with a straggle, or would you have just let it?
Yeah, I would have been constantly fishing.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely, this is true.
So I suppose in that case, had that actually happened, she might have had maybe another turn to her name, but
Yeah.
hard to say. So what was your first game like?
First game was pretty smooth. It was honestly pretty good. I played against a 4-color Warrior of Light player. Came up as a 7-1.
Nice.
Pretty much the same thing. I chose to just play the one backup. This time it was the Setzer, not the Interceptor first. And with that, then it was Sabin into 3-cost, Cyan into 3-cost lock, giving us turn 3 access to a party swing, a dull freeze, and 2 points of damage. We just kept rolling from there. It was really
Nice.
good. Really good.
Nice. So, anything that you're particularly worried about in the room tonight?
Anything that can actually get its hands on Amaterasu, like frequently, mono fire. You put SARS down, I'm going to start sweating bullets. I can't respond to it.
To be honest, is there any of that in the room though?
Finn's in today.
Oh, okay, so maybe there might be some on fire.
If Finn's in, then yeah.
Well, with that, mate, we'll let you have a short break, guys. We will be back in I think there's about 15 minutes left on the round. So we will be back with you with the 4th and final round. Catch
Thanks
you in a
for
bit.
watching, folks. Take care.
Alrighty, guys, we are back with the fourth and final round. Sorry about the prolonged break there. As Paul is letting you know in the chat, we are hopefully looking into changing that shortly. But in the meanwhile, this is the top cut. This is the top table. Alex is back with his Mono Earth against the challenger, Paul Fallon with the Mono Fire Warriors.
That's right, Jonathan. Ask and thou shalt receive. Calling for the top table, and here we are with the boys bringing it home.
Yeah, exactly that. Also, TCG Enjoyer, we don't tend to post deck lists for our weeklies because we don't really ask our players for them. But if you join our Discord, which you should be able to find down in that link down there, you can always ask the players directly if they're willing to share.
Absolutely, and people almost always are happy to share. What are we doing? Oh, we're doing a high roll with 4 dice. So
my money's on Fallon there.
they rolled the same.
Oh, okay.
They actually rolled the same. So 15, and then definitely not 15, 12. So Alex wins the die roll.
Yeah. Well.
So I don't know what they can't decide about.
This is what you get when you roll 4 dice. Just roll 1.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think they went. Oh yeah. Anyways. So yeah, mono off, mono earth versus mono fire. Well, we say mono fire with big old quotation marks around it.
Or do you mean mono earth with quotations around it?
Well, yeah, a bit of both. Bit of both.
Yeah, but
should be like mono backup earth, mono backup fire.
Yeah, well, I don't think I can.
Yeah,
fit.
it was double Amaterasu in hand.
Yeah. Also, I don't think I can fit that into the titles, by the way.
Yeah. What? So yeah, Clara's probably going to search Epitaph here, and Epitaph and pass. So back over to Paul. Let's see what we've got lined up. Can't quite see all the cards in hand, but I imagine we've got like a Miyu or something would be really nice. Okay, Muti. Gonna grab Fire Summon.
Pretty. So what's that? A Brynhilda and an Ifrit that's gone there, I believe.
Come on, grabbing the Amaterasu. Skims past the standard foil for art for the gold printed one.
Yeah.
So okay, so yeah, I imagine we'll see pass back over, and Alex hits the Jesse, and we have Leo. So ditching the Leo for Epitaph, probably grabbing back another copy of Leo. So this is runners 3 of in this deck. We can probably afford to take it slow because our opponent is also taking it slow. Got a nice gentlemanly game.
It's rare that we get those round here, to be honest. As you would have seen in round 3. Sorry, not round 3. Round 2, Jack chose violence with warriors, with soldiers.
Yeah,
sorry.
let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that.
And then obviously, Villain Arc Morgan came along and kicked one of the noobs, and yeah. Love you, Morgan, I swear.
One of the noobs. We do not condone noob hunting in these parts.
No, we do not. No, but fair play to Lee. She was game to get something on video so she can look at her plays later and see where she might be going wrong. So
slightly rough opening for Paul here. Obviously got the Muti, not the ideal backup to play turn 1, and then hold it with a Leo. How have we now hit the Mew?
We're going Saz, going for another summon.
Okay, well, we're certainly cutting our deck thin of summons, taking that EX plus Brynhilda out. But yeah, great card. If we can time it well to maybe try and kill a Leo. Is that a wedge and a Tyro?
So it's funny because obviously we did see in Alex's first game where he played the Leo out in order to play the Amat that he'd gotten back. I don't think we're going to see that this time just because of that threat of the Brynhilda.
Yeah, really interesting early Leo, but yeah, Paul obviously just really struggling with backups. It's one of fire list. It is running Mont Leonis. It does want to get to 5 backups if possible. So Alex probably deciding whether he goes Jesse or Wedge here. You could even go Tyro as well, would be another feasible option.
I think I like the Jesse personally, just because you could probably go after that Barrett, but then I suppose the Wedge kind of does the same thing.
Yeah. But yeah, I like the Jesse here, grabbing Barrett. I like also maybe playing a Tyro here as well, and then being able to play that Barrett on curve and play the wedge and then get you to 5 backups. Also having some multicolour options by having the Tyro. We know he's got the Leo in hand. Now that we know that Paul has that Brynhilde, we don't want to be pulling the trigger on that Leo too early.
Yeah, we've got 6 cards, so we've got to play something right, and that Tyro is definitely the one that screams the best for play me. But how are we considering going LB here? Was that an Emperor then I saw in that LB?
So yeah, having a think here. Yeah, maybe wish we'd had kept that wedge. Because that would have been a slightly nice thing that would have left us at 5 cards in hand and 4 backups. Obviously the Tyro would drop us down a bit too far.
I think Alex is also, because I can see he's got the Ingus and the Barrett, so he's probably trying to think, well, if I can get the Emmet, I don't really want to give up those 6 CP guys. So
hang on a sec, what if we...
we need to
I was going to say we need to discard one more.
Yeah. This is why I think I would just play the Tyro out here.
Okay, getting rid of the Barrett. So yeah, we need to get rid of 1 LB, not 2. Gonna grab the Carpenter here and play it.
Again, I'm not sure on that one. We gave up both a Tyro and a Barrett. That seems pretty big.
Yeah. So yeah. But I guess we can play Ingus to search if needs be. Okay, paying 4. What have we got now? 5? Tivus? Tivus?
Is it too late for the Mog though? That's the question. It is not Impulse Reckoning.
No, because we've not seen Barrett come down yet, right?
This is true. Yeah, but then the Barrett has been discarded as well.
Yeah, but we're assuming Alex is playing 3.
Yeah. Well, not just that. It's Mono Earth, right? We're expecting Ingus. We're expecting another Tyro. You know, there's plenty of search still to happen.
So yeah, gets the draw, and then probably get a pass the turn, I imagine. Got a handful of cards, 5 cards.
We know what it has. Yeah, I think one of them's still the Amat. I don't know if we've still got the Brynhilde in hand though.
Yeah, I've not seen it go. Oh, we've got 1 Brynhilde in damage, 2 Brynhildes in.
I think that's 2. Yeah, I think
damage.
he's discarded the one. So we still have the Amat.
So got the
Dylan coming in, being the fan of the poor man.
So we're gonna go 2 for Ingus. Searching.
Well,
baiting out that Mog. Yep, and we're doing it. Okay.
I mean, that's the better way, right? It costs you 2 CP. You still got a big 9k out of it. Doesn't seem terrible.
Probably pass the turn. Yeah, he's going to, and I think that's wise. Like we were alluding to earlier, with Mono Earth, you just want the game to be going on as long as possible.
It does feel like Paul is.
Oh wow, we've now hit the Miyu, and we're choosing that. Actually, I've decided I no longer want this. So getting rid of double Miyu.
And now, is that going to come back to haunt Paul by not setting up his backups to try and match Earth here? It's dangerous. It is dangerous.
Really interesting. I don't think we were under enough pressure here to warrant the Clive Ifrit. Not from Ingus Luso. I would have been tempted to play the Miyu, get to 4 backups. You can still do the Clive Ifrit on curve next turn.
Absolutely, I'm inclined to agree with you, especially since we're against Mono Earth, which is definitely likely to play that 4-cost wall.
Yeah.
So, obviously, not
hits
bothering
a
with
Billy
the
Bob.
block as well.
Tivus hits a minor.
So, first damage going to Paul. Again, though, he needs to either keep up this pressure now, or he needs to start playing backups.
Hit a Tyro Shantoto.
I mean, a Toto isn't terrible here, to be honest.
No. but we know Paul's got Amaterasu.
This is very true, but does that mean losing 3 cards from hand?
It does.
Unless we have Mist Dragon as well. It could be funny.
I don't think we do. We've got double Amaterasu. I think we're going to try it. We're going to try our hand here.
I think you've got nothing really better. You can't play... Well, I suppose you could play the Amat with an Amat, but no, we are going for it. Do we sacrifice 3 cards here? Are we going to Amat it? We are. Here we go.
Has he got the Mist Dragon?
I don't think he does.
Doesn't look like it.
No.
Mist Dragon would have... Yeah, that would have really sort of turned the screw in favour of Alex. But yeah, not having it at that point in time. So Leo's coming in. Hits another minor. Tyvus comes in. There's the Mist Dragon. And finally Ifrit. And yeah, no help on EX Burst. Hits a wall. Puts Alex at damage 5. And we're going to free play the Yazuki.
That should provide some protection. Again, though,
And now we draw the Mist Dragon.
Paul still feels like Paul is in a precarious position, just purely based on the fact he doesn't have the backups. But we are trying to catch up now that we're Alex. We've got 5 backups. We've got Wall off the Leo, Mist Dragon live in hand.
Looks like we're going to maybe play a wall.
I don't hate it. Does mean you can pretty much survive anything.
We paid 5.
Oh no.
No, we're going to Tidus. Yeah, I like this.
This could do the job.
Yeah, I like this a lot. So we've got
Okay. S effect.
S effect on the stack.
So does this stop the effect going off?
No. It's just trying to kill the 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, it would because we wouldn't have the 8. We're trying to stack it so. But we're doing it after we've paid. I think we've done it after we've paid. But Alex has paid. Right. Correct me if I'm wrong here. We can't do it after we've paid and chosen targets because the effect's still on the stack. Is that right? Like once we've paid the 3, even if we don't go down to.
It wouldn't resolve unless he paid. Yeah, so he's already paid.
He's already paid. So let me go. Let me run over. I wouldn't
let's
resolve unless he paid 3 already. Then he paid. Yeah, the modifier player misplayed it.
Yeah. Okay. Thought so, because we need to get a whoa there, Nelly. So, does really hamper Paul if this does go off, because obviously we're likely to lose the Ifrit. And Mooty, I guess, because obviously it doesn't have any X burst. Jack obviously just having a discussion. I'm not sure if maybe perhaps Alex didn't give him the opportunity, but I very much doubt it. Yeah, I think it was done after pay, and I think that's what Jack was just explained to Paul there. Does feel a bit unfortunate. So yeah, we're just trying to undo. Yeah. Not sure on that one, Paul, if the window was given or not. Hard to say now. Might be something we'd have to go back and check after the fact. Yeah. So, I mean, the argument could be made that maybe the window wasn't given as as the option to respond, but hard to say right now. But
Yeah, well, I looking back, I didn't see how quickly. The pay the 3 happened.
yeah, is it just me, or does it feel like Tidus is one of those ones that's sort of worded weirdly, in a sense? But again, now losing that backup and the Ifrit, Paul is going to be on the uphill struggle.
So I don't think Fallon knew that he had to do it before the pay the 3. So which is why I've but I said that was Fallon. He thought he could do it after he paid the 3.
Mm-hmm.
So Fallon didn't actually realise that. I think he had to do it before, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which is why I sort of reverse it to the state that I reversed it to. So yeah, you can hate me in the comments, but that's why we resolved it the way that we did.
Well, I think this may be nothing but a foregone conclusion now. Then, Paul trying the last of his backups, the Zaz there with a Vincent, no dice because of the Amat. So, Paul now, as if to add insult to injury, there is this new wall.
And hits the Virion.
This new wall putting in some work in these mono.
Because I feel like if Paul had known how the ruling works, he would have said before you pay the 3, I am going to do the S effect now. That makes sense. So yeah.
Well, learn something new every day, I guess.
Yeah, and also like better to make these mistakes now, where it's just a friendly locals. Make those mistakes now rather than doing it at a big major tournament. Where competitive scene is going to be on the horizon when Square decide to actually announce it.
Well, I mean, they announced America. What more do you want?
Yeah.
Well, here's Zach. We are trying to ping 3 on the wall. To what end? What have we got?
So in response, Dylan, you can respond when they pay the 3, but if you respond when they pay the 3, the effects of the 2 is already on the stack. So you respond by killing the Warrior of Light. That's fine. But you've paid the 3, so the effects still go on the stack. It's more that you can stop the effects going on the stack.
Well, we're going to S effect with the wall
Your
here.
top 2 cards add 2 characters other than Cardinal Wall and put the rest in the break zone.
Yeah, that's a pretty nutty S effect, to be honest.
Yeah.
We're just letting that die as well. We could have protected ourselves, all right? We could have removed 3 from the break zone easily enough. Very surprised with that there, Alex, but the man knows what he's doing, so I will not judge.
So yeah, having a look through.
Just realised missing a point off the score there.
So yeah, Paul really struggling now with the backups. Maybe regretting not playing that Miwu way back when.
Yeah, I mean, based on the fact that we know how much value Mono Earth gets, I think without paying, without chucking out a couple more, especially as hurt. Not to mention the slight misplay, as we said on the Tidus.
Did the Warrior of Light and Tidus, were they frozen from the Axstar?
I think it got amatted.
The Axstar got amatted. So why is it alive?
Don't know. Go. Oh, Jacko going back. Yeah, just hearing back at the table, that does sound like that was what got ammied. So, Oh god, and there's Jack trying to make soldiers happen again. What'd you do? Oh, good. Okay then.
So he did hand me the dog freeze.
Yeah, and that is it. Game
Yeah,
over.
he did hand me the dog freeze. I just wanted to, because I mean the thing with Axel is like so many effects, right? You need to actually clarify which one of them they hammered.
Yeah, exactly. Well, a bit of an interesting end to the night there.
Yeah.
I think we could probably get the interview in, right?
Yeah, I think we got time to squeeze
Sure.
that interview in. So
Well,
yeah.
Guys, we will be right back and we will bring you the winner of the night, Mr. Alex himself. And there he is, the winner of the OP, back for the second time tonight. Another, I suppose we could say, well played game there. Obviously, from your side of the board, everything seemed to just kind of go your way, take those points of damage again.
Yeah.
What do you feel was like the big turning point for you? Was there anything? Because for us, I think we felt it was a bit that like Paul wasn't playing backups, but
I mean, that is definitely one part of it. If you're able to kind of stabilize when your opponent's in that position, it's hard for them to kind of get back into it, because the Earth deck is often going to have more resources to play with. It just has to weather that early storm. Like the Cliving Ifrit is very strong. There's not a great deal you can deal with that outside of the amateur Shantoto, which Paul obviously had the Amaterasu for. The Tidus interaction, I feel a little bit bad about that, how that ended up, but the rules were broken. And
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to scum anyone out of anything. But
I mean,
I think that was, because I had the Misdragon in hand, could have, had I known that it was going to go down that way, I could have then protected the War of Light regardless, but it's still a bit of a messy situation.
Even if the Tidus doesn't, get the effect off, are you really in that sort of a situation where you're that worried by it? Because, you were pretty far ahead at that point.
It's hard to say, because the Ifrit is the tricky one. If I was able to, I know I drew another War of Light regardless, so would have been able to play that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But it would have been a tougher game, and also Paul would have had slightly more resources, so it would have been slightly tougher. But it's hard to say really. But shout out to Paul. Apologies that we had to have that wind back, but
that happens again. As Jacko said, it's one of those things. At least it happens now at a local OP, right, rather than at a big tournament. Where your life's on the line. So obviously you've had a whole night of playing with Mono Earth as it is. Any changes that you might have identified at all?
I definitely want to try the more Cat 7 centric backup line, because I think that's one thing I would have liked a little bit more, is Barrett's second ability to be able to do 9k at the beginning of combat. It's it's basically impossible to get it off with the current build. But you're only playing 2 Barrett.
Yeah,
So
me too, eh?
Yeah, well, it's so easy to find.
Sure.
I was never felt all night that I was like, there's no way of finding it. Like, there's so many searches for it. I
would say even in a very more populated 7 deck, that I got built at the moment, getting to that number for the Barrett second effect is still almost impossible. I would just throw that out there, but
it's an interesting one because I mean it's primarily there as a kind of backup engine and a blocker, but I think being able to have that kind of because the other thing is that the deck trying to do 9k to one thing with the deck is actually harder than you think. Like MSL only does 8, Cloud only does 8. So yeah, I definitely want to try that next time. Apart from that, I've been really happy with the forwards. Cutting Zidane like entirely was quite nice because it means that I was thinking about it like by the time you get to play Zidane, you're probably already like
winning
ahead. And there's not really any many win decks running around at the moment where you'd like it. It would be good in the mirror maybe, but I think just being able to kind of outmuscle with the value of Billy Bob is probably going to achieve the same effect, and it's easier to cast as well.
Yeah, I mean, so looking at the meta so far, I know it's only been a couple of weeks. Is there anything that particularly worries you for that deck? Any bad matchups, perhaps?
It's a bit early to be honest, but I think I'd be a little bit more concerned about like an all-in ice aggro deck that's really pressuring you like from turn 1, because the current like soldier builds that are trying to play a few more backups and then the bigger cards like Genesis, they're just kind of a bit too slow, and if they're not fast enough, then you can capitalize on that quite quickly. But I think if they're rushing out Sephiroth and Rogue on turn 1 and making me,
especially
if I'm on the draw, that could be a bit dicey, because you don't like the Opus you have are mostly just for drawing cards rather than killing things. Whereas like the Goldbear's Archfiend deck, that can weather a little bit more because the EX bursts are able to kind of take care of that problem.
Yeah, that's a very fair point. Well, I suppose all that's left to say then is congratulations on the victory tonight.
Thank you.
Another OP win for the big man. I guess now we're just waiting to hear for the announcements of actual tournaments.
Yes. Yes.
Unless you want to go to America.
I mean, yeah, we'll see.
Well, we shall see. With that, guys, we will take a short break. We'll get Jacko back over for the sound off. We'll be back with you quickly. Thanks. Oh, and that is it.
It's over.
Another fight night in the books. Some interesting games that we've had tonight. I hope you all enjoyed it.
Yeah. Interesting's a good way of describing it. We've certainly had some one-sided affairs. Some new decks shining, some new decks not so shining.
Stop trying to make soldiers happen, guys.
Yeah,
That's what we've learned tonight, right?
Yeah. But thanks to everyone that's tuned in. I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream.
Yeah, we, again, love the fact that you guys have been so chatty out there, because it makes our night, obviously, that we can respond to, just makes it all the better.
Absolutely. And it's nice having that little safety blanket where it's just like, I think this ruling is right, but having you guys backing me up means the world. So, yeah, thanks for everyone that's tuned in. I think are we streaming next week?
We will not be streaming for the next 2 weeks, unfortunately. Gareth is away, so we will not have the tech here.
Maybe that's a good excuse for us to maybe try and come up with some different content for the channel. So, although there may be no live stream for the next couple of weeks, keep your eyes peeled on the channel, because we've got some pretty cool ideas for some like other FFTCG related content, which will certainly pique the interest. So yeah, watch with beady eyes.
Exactly. Yeah. And guys, again, do give us a share, like, and subscribe. Obviously, our Discord, our website, and our affiliate link to Firestorm Games are linked down in the description below. Obviously, if you buy anything through Firestorm Games, use that affiliate link, and that'll help us out. Get us new stuff, like that table mat you saw, which I am madly in love with.
It is delightful, and they have absolutely bags of amazing goodies here for all of your tabletop needs. So, yeah, definitely show those guys the love, and while you're at it, show us the love as well. Send the link out to all your friends. We've had more new players join us tonight. It is just so awesome to see new players still joining to this point in the game. So, big shout out to them and big shout out to you guys.
Exactly that. So, guys, we will leave it there for the evening. Hope you are there to go to win. I'll catch you all shortly.
See you soon.